everyone. This is Dennis Rank here. This is a special Board of Directors meeting of the Chautauqua County IDA. I am at 201 West 3rd Street, in Jamestown, New York. Okay. So this is going to be a little bit of a difficult meeting to do these on the phone, so I'm going to try and make this so that we can move through it as quickly as possible. First thing I want to do is just do a roll call vote here to make sure that we've got enough people in attendance for a quorum. So Mike Metzger? No, okay. Gary Henry? Here. Okay. Mark Odell? Here. Here. Stephen Thorpe is here. Here. Dennis Rack is here. Kelly Farrell DuBois. Michael Borello is now joining. Brad Walters. Yep. Hi guys. Here. Kelly DuBois. Okay. Is now joining. Okay. Hans Auer. Hi guys. Hi Kelly. Okay, and Jay. Okay, everybody. I'll be here, so just do what you gotta do. I'll listen, and I'll tell you what I need to do.
Okay, so you got Brad, Jay, Kelly, Gary, Steve, and Mark Odell.
Yeah.
And Dennis.
Kayla.
Yeah.
Hi, is now joining.
Okay, so we have a quorum.
Everybody else is working.
So we have a quorum.
Okay, we have a quorum, so the first order of business,
4916.
could I have a motion to approve the February 25th, 2020 minutes?
So moved, Mr. Brad.
All in favor, say aye.
Second.
We've been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Mike Metzger is joining us by cell phone here.
Okay.
Okay.
So did you get that, Rose?
I don't.
So who made the motion?
Seconded by Kelly. Who made the first motion?
I tried to. I don't know if it came through.
Okay, Brad made the
Okay,
motion.
Brad.
Okay.
Okay.
Welcome, Brad.
All right. So just first, we have a new board member, Jay Churchill. I actually don't know a whole lot about Jay. I've got a bio here, but let's save this for when we can do it in person and everybody can meet and talk. But again, thank you, Jay, for being on the line and help us get through this meeting at this difficult time.
I'm glad to be a member. It's nice down here in sunny Naples, Florida, so I'm sorry you're up there.
Okay. All right.
Can I
So,
say something just real quick about the open meetings law?
sure.
You know, obviously during this crisis, the open meetings law has been suspended and we are required to actually live stream it and take minutes and post those minutes. However, the board can actually call in as we're doing and vote remotely. So that's just a quick down and dirty.
Okay.
Mark, this is Millen. Can I add to that the Executive Order 202.1, which authorized this form, so far anyway, is going effective until April 11th. I think everyone expects that if the crisis continues, the governor will extend it. As of now, it probably only applies to this meeting.
Thank you.
I guess just let the record show that Hans Auer has entered the boardroom and he is now available. All right, so new business. We have 3 resolutions all related to the Actura project. I think Millen was just going to go through those quickly, and we've been briefed on these before, so if we could just have a review of the resolutions, and then we'll ask one by one to go through these approvals.
Okay, there are 3 resolutions. The first is a little bit unusual for the IDA in that you are deviating from your UTEP. I'll let Linda explain the deviation and why, But the short answer is that a notice of the deviation was sent to all the affected tax jurisdictions. I am not aware of any responses that you've received from any of the tax jurisdictions, but the deviation from the UTEP is that you're going out for 15 years instead of your normal 10 years. I would ask that you ask if anyone present or anyone on the phone has any comments, and if not, you can move this resolution. The second is a secret resolution. And again, we have not found any significant adverse effect from the proposed project. So I think the secret is fairly straightforward. And then the third would be the final approving resolution, which would authorize the board to move forward. Notice of all of these was sent to the affected tax jurisdiction, and Linda conducted the public hearing. Linda, tell me, was that yesterday? And I believe that no one appeared.
Yeah, it was on
So those
Monday at the town of Ellicott, and nobody appeared, nor did I receive anything, correspondences or phone calls about the project. So also, the deviation, as Millen said, is a 15-year, 25% reduction. Straight line, approximate benefit incentive is $537,000. The sales tax is maximum benefit of $100,000, and mortgage recording tax maximum benefit of $56,250.
Okay.
What was it? I couldn't hear that.
Hold on, Mike.
He wants to know what they're paying each year, approximately 120, wasn't it?
Yes, 100. It's reducing 35,000 a year. Their taxes would have been around 150,000. So they're.
The exact number is 107,523 per year.
Right.
Excellent. Yeah, I think we want to highlight what they are paying also.
And we were in deep discussion with the taxing jurisdictions at the town on this, and they were all in favor of it.
Great. And by the way, you're all very good looking.
Thanks, Mike.
You say that only because Hans is shading Greg Peterson's head.
I hope there's no glare. I hope there's no glare.
Don't worry about
Okay, do we have any questions or discussions about these resolutions?
I'll just say real quick that, what a great project. It takes a building that's been vacant for a couple of years, puts it back in productive use, creates 20 or 50 jobs within the next couple of years. And, it brings an outside company here to Chautauqua County, where they're gonna have a big presence here. So what a great project.
Okay. All right, Hans, could you read resolution A1, please?
Resolution 03192001, Arctura LLC tax deviation resolution.
Carol Rasmussen. He is now joining.
Okay, we're gonna do this a little differently. Michael, could you offer a second on that, please?
Second?
Okay, so it's been moved by Hans, seconded by Michael. We're gonna do a roll call vote. Michael Metzger votes.
Aye.
Gary Henry.
Aye.
Mark Odell.
Aye.
Stephen Thorpe.
Aye.
Kelly Farrell DuBois.
Aye.
Brad Walters.
Aye.
Hans Sauer.
Aye.
Jay Churchill.
Aye.
Dennis Rack, the chairman, votes aye. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 9 votes in the affirmative. The passes unanimously.
And Mr. Chairman, was that for all three resolutions? Is that what I understood?
No, that was just, resolution A1.
We do
Okay.
the next two together? Or
No, and we have to do them separately, correct?
You don't have to do them separately. You could do them as a bundle. I think typically you do them together, but, either way is fine.
Do the next two together?
Yeah.
Yeah, so in the interest of trying to keep this simple, Hans, if you would just move the next two resolutions.
Sure, resolution 03192002, Arctura LLC seeker resolution, and resolution 03192003, Arctura LLC final resolution.
And Mike Metzger seconds.
Okay, so it's been moved and seconded. I'll do a roll call vote. Michael Metzger,
Aye.
Jerry Henry,
Aye.
Mark Odell,
Aye.
Stephen Thorpe,
Aye.
Kelly Farrell Boy,
Aye.
Brad Walters,
Aye.
Hans Bauer,
Aye.
Jay Churchill,
Aye.
Dennis Rack votes aye. We have 9 votes in the affirmative. The resolution passed. Thank you for that. Next action would be a executive director, CEO update.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spend much time on this. I just want you to know that we're complying with the executive order to reduce the number of employees working within the workplace. We've got a whole schedule that is now down to 50%. We're all able to work remotely, so we're complying with that. Word is that it might even become more strict, the 25%, right? I don't know if that's been confirmed yet or not, so we will deal with that as well. We're also creating a page on our website, which is going to have kind of a repository or a one-stop for all the information that we're getting for businesses. So we're in the process of creating that, so that will be a place where people can go and find out what's going on in terms of the SBA, the IDA, etc.
Right, and just, the chamber's been working on similar things, and I just urge that there be some coordination between the two to make sure that everybody's on the same page.
Yep, so we actually had a conference call with the chamber, also the SBDC yesterday. So we are actually coordinating. And the county executive is going to have a public address this afternoon at 4 o'clock, and he's going to talk about all this as well.
Anything else, Mark?
No.
Okay. Then we'll move to the treasurer's report.
Dave Dutana, are you on the line?
Yeah.
Dave, the board has received copies of the management letters and also the financial statements. So as we talk, if you please discuss the highlights and entertain if the board members have any questions.
Okay, wonderful. Thanks for including me on the agenda this morning. I think everybody has received the copy of the audit, and I'm pleased to report the main page of the audit is the independent audit report, which is our opportunity to give the IDA an opinion on your financial statements. And that opinion is an unmodified, clean audit opinion with no exceptions. And that's the highest level of assurance that we can provide you. So congratulations. Just to kind of maybe talk a little bit about the audit process and how we arrived at that opinion. First off, we had the opportunity to meet with both management and your audit committee prior to actually commencing our work. That's a good opportunity where we talked a little bit about some of the things that have occurred during the year, and gives us the opportunity to talk a little bit about, some of our audit expectations and processes that we expect to conduct. As part of that planning meeting, prior to the audit commencing, we as an audit team, an audit firm, assemble our folks, and we have what we call as a engagement strategy session, where it's our opportunity to meet as a team from the lowest level of our folks, professionals that would be on site, to the shareholder in charge, which is me, and we go through what we call as a risk assessment, where we identify where some of the exposures could be, and really, develop what our plan is with respect to the audit itself. So that's a really important process. It really dictates how we perform the audit. And, ultimately, again, our goal is to provide an opinion to you as to whether or not those financial statements are in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles. Okay? Your financial statements are made up of the IDA activity, the Chautauqua Revolving Loan Fund, the LTAC Loan Fund, is about $11 million in assets, and then Chautauqua Region Economic Development Corporation, which is a nonprofit that encompasses things like the health challenge, the airport, the Grand Fondo, the Partnership for Economic Growth, and then also some of the community block grants that are passed through to corporations are also included in that entity. So all of those different components make up the IDA's financial statement, and ultimately are what we're providing opinion. Okay. Included in the audit, there is also a report on internal controls and compliance. That's found more towards the back of the document on pages 31. And then there's also a report on internal controls and compliance in accordance with federal guidelines, which is known as the single audit, which is found on page 33 of the audit document. Although those pages are in the back of the document, they're still extremely important to the agency, because basically what those reports do is, if there are any circumstances that existed during the course of our audit where we identify an internal control, material weakness, or significant deficiency, or area of non-compliance, we would be required to report that in writing to the board and to the users of the financial statement. And I'm pleased to report we had no such findings. That's not, absolute assurance that you have sound internal control. That's not the basis of our audit. Our audit is to provide an opinion on a financial statement. So it's not a forensic audit. It's not a specific internal control audit overall. But if there were any circumstances that existed during the course of our procedures, we would bring those to you in writing within that first report. As far as the single audit is concerned, that last document, well, that is a report where we are providing an opinion on your internal controls and compliance with respect to the federal dollars that the agency holds, and that would be your LTAC funds, which are originated federal dollars. And so there are a lot of procedures that we perform during the course of the audit, specifically related to the LTAC fund. And again, I'm pleased to report that we have no findings to bring to your attention, and we're providing a clean, unmodified opinion with respect to your compliance with laws and regulations. Okay. Overall, just for the board's perspective, there's a really excellent section of the audit financial statement, pages 3 through 7, which are referred to as the management discussion and analysis. And that section provides a tremendous amount of information as to what things look like for 2019 compared to what they look like in 2018. So if you get the opportunity, that's a wonderful section to really give you some highlights as far as your financial position and some of the operations during 2019 in comparison to the prior year. Just a real overview highlight. In total, all of those different components of the IDA, again, the agency itself, the LTIC fund, credit, the revolving loan fund, the total assets were just below $20 million, both in 2019 and 18. Reliability decreased about $200,000. So the total equity of all of those components was up about $200,000 per year. And if you looked at the makeup, how did we get to a plus 200,000? In the current year, the IDA had a positive $850,000 revenue in expenditures, and the LTIC loan fund had expenditures that exceeded revenue for the tune of $650,000. Okay. As far as revenue, expenses, and then basically bottom line income, in the current year, the total revenue of all of our components was about $4 million. That was a decrease of about $1 million compared to the prior year, and really made up of two components. One, we had a lot less activity in the final year of the Lake County Golf Challenge, which was down about $400,000. And then as far as some of the major projects where we received administrative fees, in the current year we brought online the Casadega Wind Farm, which recognized about $1.3 million of revenue. In the prior year, we had the Anthonyx facility project cost of about $1.7 million. So those major projects were down about $400,000 in revenue, and the golf field was down $400,000 as well. Okay. Expenditures in total were down $500,000 as well. The two main drivers of the decrease was the golf challenge. Just like our revenue, we had to decrease the costs related to the program. We're down about $200,000, and then the pass-through grant related to the credit was down about $300,000. So again, in total, we had a positive operating year to the tune of about $200,000. In 2018, there was a positive $600,000. So really a very good year financially for the agency as a whole. Okay. Any questions regarding the financial statements? We do have two letters that were included in the board packet. One was referred to as our management letter. That's our opportunity to bring anything to the board or management that might be something out there that you should be aware of, or it gives us the chance to provide a little bit of value to the agency. The item that we brought to the table was there's a new accounting pronouncement that's going to be in effect in a couple of years on leases. And so we had a nice discussion with management and the audit committee on, what that will entail in the future with respect to some of your accounting. Okay. The very last letter is what we refer to
Ellie
as
Boyd is now exiting.
See you, Cal.
the very last document is what we refer to as the governance letter. And this is our opportunity to basically, let the audit committee and the board know how the audit went, if there were any difficulties, or if there were any concerns to bring to your attention. This is a clean letter. Nothing of that occurred. The audit went very well. And again, we're pleased to report a unmodified opinion of financial statement.
Okay, good. Are there any questions about the audit or concerns?
I would just like to say what a pleasure it was to work with Dave and his team again, and I kind of felt like the lost man out because they didn't come and ask me hardly anything. They just kept going to Kayla, and Kayla did a fabulous job preparing everything they need. There's a lot of documentation that needs to be prepared and given to the auditors. So BWB and Kayla did a nice job here.
Yeah.
We appreciate
I
everybody.
have to say that,
In the current year, they're
Rich,
Hey, Dave, Mike Metzger wants to say something, Dave, hang on.
I just want to say that Rich is too modest, but he was a great part of this audit, as was, and definitely Kayla, we can't thank her enough. And also the BWB
He is now joining.
So, thank you, it was a great audit, and this is a great reference tool for everyone. It lists all of our loans and all the pertinent information about them, so please keep it as a reference tool throughout the year.
Yeah, I think, Mike, just to echo that, I didn't really talk at all about the disclosures that are included in the financial statement, but there are significant disclosures on all the loan funds, all of your, debt that you have. It's really, significant document with a lot of information. So I think that, that was a good point. Thanks, Mike.
Okay, if there
Rich,
is.
you're more than welcome to help me file all the audit stuff in my office.
Yeah, you do have a few stacks in there.
Okay, if there's no more questions or discussion on the audit, Hans, can I get you to make a motion to approve the audit?
I move we approve the 2019 audit as presented.
Mike Metzger will second.
Okay, do we need a roll call vote or a voice vote? Okay, on that.
We'll do a roll call, just for the record.
Okay, all right, roll call vote, Michael Metzger,
Aye.
Gary Henry,
Aye.
Mark Odell,
Aye.
Stephen Thorpe,
Aye.
Kelly Darrell DuBois, I believe you came back on,
I'm on.
Brad Walters,
Somehow I got cut off.
Hans Auer,
Aye.
Jay Churchill,
Aye.
and Dennis Rack votes aye. So we have 9 votes in the affirmative. The resolution is passed. Now we need to go into executive session.
Yes.
Okay, so Hans, could I have a motion to go into executive session?
I move we enter executive session.
I'll second.
For the purpose of,
Oh, sorry.
we need to recite that it's to review personal or confidential information.
To review personal information. I move we enter executive session to review personal and confidential information related to revolving loan fund or,
Company financial.
oh, yeah, company financials. Okay.
That's fine.
And also probably talk about the fact that Rich Dixon is too modest.
All right. So with this one, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we're now in executive session.
You all frozen?
I